on, let's go outside, let's take a walk in the sun. There are things to learn and things to see, a big wide world for you, your dog, and me. Dog Talk. Hi everybody and welcome to Dog Talk. I'm Pat Becker and we have a wonderful show for you today. Some very, very cute dogs. We're going to have a very informative session and it's going to be something that I think you'll really enjoy, so stick with us on that. I'd like to introduce from the other side over here Kathy Simon, and this is her Pumi. Now tell me about your Pumi.
Pumis are relatively new to the United States. They're still in the miscellaneous breeds with AKC. They lack about 37 registered Pumis, and then they'll be included in the herding breed with AKC. They are a working dog in Hungary. There are a number of these in Hungary, Finland, Sweden.
Yes, and they are very popular in those places, actually. They do a lot. They actually go after rats. Sometimes they can do that. They, as a working dog, they actually, I have seen them pull little tiny carts with kids, you know, which they love to do. And of course, the children love them. They're a great family dog, and I really, really do like them. So, and this is Linda Maxwell with your Schnauzer. Tell me about this Schnauz.
Schnauzer, Grady is a rescue Schnauzer.
Ah, I love that even more. Grady, where did you come from? Where did Grady come from?
Came from the Schnauzer Rescue in Tulsa.
Will he let you hold him?
Probably, yes.
Let's get him up here. There you go. Now this guys is a beautiful little dog, and it was a rescue. You see what can happen here? Very, very important. So Patty, tell me about Shimmer.
Shimmer is a black and tan Cocker Spaniel. Cockers are the smallest dog in the sporting group. They make excellent performance dogs, agility, obedience. They are still used for hunting in some cases.
Well, this one was bred for pretty.
Actually, her parents, one has a junior hunter title as well as agility and obedience titles. So.
And I'm going to ask Ted to maybe get us those gifts that I have brought to you, because these dogs are so cute. I might tell you that the first dog I ever did a confirmation class with was a Cocker. His name was Duke. Loved him, loved him. I was about 10 years old, and it was a terribly exciting time for me. So Ted, you want to grab those things, and I will get them to you. I appreciate so much. You guys come over from Tulsa to do the agility thing, right?
Yes.
And that's a long way to come. You must really be into it.
Well, as much as we can be with our schedules.
You picked 3 great dogs, good focus, good agility type quality, because they are athletic, every one of them, and so sweet. And as I say, I've got a gift certificate for each one of you from A1 Pet Emporium for $100. We hope you enjoy it. Are you guys going to go in the park today and play? Or are you taking a lesson?
We're going to take a lesson, and if we have some time, then we'll hit the park.
Okay, sounds good to me. We're going to take a break. Thank you so much for coming over, guys, and we'll be right back.
A1 Pet Emporium is Oklahoma's authority on healthy nutrition for dogs and cats. Quality does not have to cost more, and we only have the best. If your pet suffers from allergies, digestive issues, skin infections, or hair loss, it may be the result of their diet. A1 Pet Emporium can help. We offer pet portraits monthly, adorable rescue animals every Saturday from noon to 4, and free dog and cat food samples. Locally owned and operated, we want to be your neighborhood pet store.
Welcome back, folks. We have some serious conversation to discuss today. It has to do with my friend Angel Sariano. How are you, my dear? And Cynthia Armstrong. Angel has the Canine University, and this is HSUS for you, Cynthia. Everybody, I think, knows both of you, but I think by way of introduction, we ought to talk about this, because there are issues that we need to discuss in a very serious manner. Puppy mills. We thought we were through with that. Well, apparently we're not. I understand that we have a few more that have been discovered in our states. And as I remember, there was a wonderful video that was out about puppy mills. Watch it.
Every year, families in Oklahoma unknowingly spend hundreds of thousands of dollars in support of neglect, abuse, and disease. When you buy a puppy from a parking lot or flea market, you could be supporting the cruelty of puppy mills that profit from dogs bred in abusive conditions. Help us stop the cycle. To learn how, go to roomtolove.org.
So, Angel Soriano, tell me, you were very much involved with this puppy mill issue.
Yes, I was. Yes, I was.
What was your feeling here?
Well, you know, back 2.5 years ago when the board itself was disbanded, and we're talking about the Commercial Pet Breeders Board was disbanded, it was the intent of the lawmakers to move it into the Ag Department with the hope that people would willingly join and become members, become licensed. And that has not happened. You know, it takes active participation, it takes work to get this done, and it takes a lot of policing.
Absolutely, absolutely. And I have taken some of the editorials from the Oklahoman, which was very supportive of that particular era. Let me quote you something from here, and this was back in the early 2000s. The moral argument against puppy mills is that it's wrong to bring pets into the world in unsanitary, unhealthy conditions for the profit and the emotional appeal of people. Oklahoma looks bad in becoming the last state to allow an odious activity or ban a reasonable one. Missouri is believed to be the only state that rivals Oklahoma in the puppy mill mess. And this is so true. We waited too long. We should have been more active. I don't think so. I think we all were active, but we have to be taken seriously. The House approves the bill to license pet breeders. All of these things, pet breeder registry, it all came down to a vote and a sanction by our governor, Governor Henry at the time. So we did get this through, but as I say, I hear things that from people from all over this state that we're still not through with it. What can we do?
Well, there's much to do. One is the law is not written properly. It needs to go a lot further than pet breeders. It needs to cover shelters. It needs to cover everybody in the industry that deals with housing a dog, and that's one problem. The other one is that, you know, Cynthia and I were talking about this, and there's an underfunding that goes in that agency that it will never work properly as long as the underfunding continues. And their staffing underfunding. There are so many different issues that occur as a result of improper breeding, and we see it every day in training. We see huge behavioral issues in dogs, and they're caused by genetic deformities.
Taken from their mother too soon, not having the sibling kind of interaction, the dogs end up aggressive. It is all too true, and it's going to take all of us still, you know, and we will persevere. We will get this done, but we've got to, for goodness sakes, people. The importance is when you see these little dogs in pet shops or on the corner of the Walmart grocery, please think about it, because you do not see the adult dogs who have bred this puppy. You do not see any of the good breeding, so think about it. I'm going to jump now to Cynthia. Cynthia, the things that you have done through HSUH has been unbelievably huge for our state. In 2005, there were puppy mills. You spent $12,000, $15,000, HSUS did. In 2005, there was a hoarder, $2,000 there. 2008, 15 dogs from federal dog fighting. And for goodness sakes, I have heard we still have some of this, plus the cockfighting. Cynthia, what is happening?
Well, I will say that in terms of cockfighting, now that we have a law on the books, it has gone a long way to deter a lot of that activity. But as any illegal activity, there'll always be a few people who try to skirt the letter of the law.
And of course, this is not just two chickens that are fighting. It has to do with the drugs that are involved. There are always drugs sold. There are always bad things going on.
There are a lot of other illegal activities associated with dog and cockfighting, and most often illegal narcotics. So it's a nasty activity.
And we thank you so much, and HSUS, for jumping in there and rescuing some of these animals. 2010 puppy mill, 2011, 2012. It goes on and on. The amount of money that you all have put into these, the funding that you have done is incredible. And yet no one speaks of these things. Why is that? You know it, I know it, Angel knows it, everybody in the dog business knows it, but why doesn't it get out to the public of how much good that HSUS has done?
Well, I think it does. We, you know, in Oklahoma, I'm busy, so I don't spend a lot of time talking about it, perhaps. So thank you for bringing it up.
It's true. It's something that's undeniable, and I will not sit by and let people demean an organization. I have talked with the ASPCA. They are virtually doing the same thing. They spend tons of money doing it. Their ads are very, very sad. People criticize that. But you know what? We've got to get involved. It's got to be the people. It's got to be us, guys. It has got to be you and I and everybody out there. You see something that you don't think is quite right, is immoral, having to do with animals, for goodness sakes, get that information to someone who can make a change. Am I right, guys?
Absolutely.
So, what should a person do?
Well, you want to contact the authorities that have jurisdiction, and in the cities, that would be police or animal control. In the county, it's going to be the sheriff. Mm-hmm. We also, to encourage reporting, do offer rewards, $5,000 reward for tips on illegal animal fighting, and a $5,000 reward for a puppy mill tip.
And sometimes it takes that, because it is, let's face it, the financial is a motivating factor. Mm-hmm. But do it for the moral reasons, for goodness sakes. We are Oklahomans. This is not us. This is not what we are. There are a few people who do, but we've got to put a stop to it, and got to be now. I get so frustrated, as I know both of you are, because I, sitting here and reporting it, you all are doing it hands-on, and I applaud you both. Congratulations to what you both have done. We are so proud. Those of us in the dog business know, and we're sticking by you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
We're going to take a quick break, and when we come back, we're going to talk with Barbara Lewis about a service dog that is of a little different breed.
A1 Pet Emporium is Oklahoma's authority on healthy nutrition for dogs and cats. Quality does not have to cost more, and we only have the best. If your pet suffers from allergies, digestive issues, skin infections, or hair loss, it may be the result of their diet. A1 Pet Emporium can help. We offer pet portraits monthly, adorable rescue animals every Saturday from noon to 4, and free dog and cat food samples. Locally owned and operated, we want to be your neighborhood pet store.
Talk about some great-looking dogs. Recently, we interviewed Rebecca Yates because she was going to do a service dog that was a crossbred, and it was a poodle and a labry called a
Labradoodle?
a labradoodle. Anyway, these are great dogs, and we were going to follow this dog. Barbara Lewis is here with us, and Allie Johnson, how are you?
Good, how are you?
It's good to see you. Now, you breed these dogs, which are poodles.
That's correct. These are standard poodles, and they're great service dogs.
Yeah, and it's so interesting to me because they are actually the dog that does not shed.
At all. They're wonderful.
They're wonderful.
And that's why they make great service dogs.
That's why they make great service dogs also, because the allergy issue is not there. I am amazed that someone actually thought they could crossbreed this dog and get a dog that was as non-allergenic as this one. Didn't work. However, it did produce some pretty cute dogs.
Well, but Byron is a purebred standard.
He is a standard, right. But I'm saying the crossbreeding that they did was exceptional. Labradoodles, golden doodles. It put in a lot of good DNA into those particular dogs, and they do make good family dogs. But I am very big for poodles because poodles are so underrated as far as intelligence, athletic ability. These dogs used to haul, pull, hunt. They did everything. They were guard dogs. We had the man from Hungary who was the groomer down at your place, Barbara, that informed me that actually these dogs were not originated in Germany. It was in Hungary. And he was very emphatic about that. But I love standard poodles. Guys, these make great family pets. They're smart, smart, smart. So we have to know that, that this is going to be a good thing. So we are going to follow this dog because this is a poodle that is going to be a service dog. And we can't talk about that enough because, as I say, high time, because poodles can do this job. And we are so pleased that you have brought the standard to show us here. And the puppy, who is so great. Now this is of course the black. This is the brown, the deep brown. They come in white. It's just, and remember, totally non-allergenic people, totally. Barbara, so you've got things going on at ARC.
Oh my gosh, we have so much going on. Dr. Roach is going to offer the second Saturday of every month vaccination clinic and affordable dental.
Yeah, so this is going to be wonderful, just going to be wonderful.
We also are hosting the National Association of Dog Obedience Instructors annual conference.
Yeah. So when we actually met with you before, Rebecca, we did a little video that I thought was cute, and we have run that before. But I am anxious to actually have you come in. Now we're going to have Susan Owens, who will go out and get video at various times with your dog so that we can watch that. And I'm looking forward to it. So will you come back and give us an update?
I will, absolutely.
All right, because this little poodle is going to set the standard for service dogs. We're going to take a break and we'll be right back.
A1 Pet Emporium is Oklahoma's authority on healthy nutrition for dogs and cats. Quality does not have to cost more, and we only have the best. If your pet suffers from allergies, digestive issues, skin infections, or hair loss, it may be the result of their diet. A1 Pet Emporium can help. We offer pet portraits monthly, adorable rescue animals every Saturday from noon to 4, and free dog and cat food samples. Locally owned and operated, we want to be your neighborhood pet store.
It is always a pleasure to have Dr. Brad Roach on with us. It's good to see you, sir.
It's good to be back.
You are not only a great veterinarian in the definite terms, but you are a holistic vet. And this is a valuable, valuable thing to me. And I appreciate it.
Thank you so much.
And we have Marilyn King on with us. Marilyn is one of our sponsors. She is OKC Pets magazine. And what a great contribution. I mean, Marilyn, everybody that I talk with absolutely loves your magazine.
Well, thank you, Pat. I appreciate that. I'm glad to be a sponsor.
Well,
it's a privilege,
well, it is a privilege for us to have a magazine like this out because it is not all advertisements, it is not all supporters. It is the articles are terrific, and of course, I am very big on getting the message out, and your magazine does this. All the issues that are covered, I am amazed that you know, the writers are excellent, absolutely excellent. And Dr. Roach, I want to ask you some questions because I get questions from viewers and I have to refer them to the vets. Not being a veterinarian, I have my opinions, but I'm not educated in that way. People say, why do you have to clip your dog's nails? Why do we clip nails?
Well, they don't normally get the wear that they would in ages past, and so it causes the toes to actually turn sideways if you've seen these dogs with overgrown nails. And you know, another thing that can happen, especially on the dew claws, the ones on the inside, I went to a house call just yesterday and saw one that looked like a tumor, but it wasn't. It was just the whole nail had grown a complete 360 degrees back up into the nail. And that just shouldn't be.
It is just, right, it is just not taking care. It's not, the responsibility of owning a pet, owning a dog is so huge. And if you don't get a dog unless you can do these things, I have seen cases of dogs where the front nails were grown so like this. You know, there was no repairing them because the nail bed grows also.
It goes with it, right. And for the old dogs, the geriatric ones, they don't get along as well if they can't fully rotate those feet.
Exactly.
And so a really good tip on doing those nails is to turn the foot over backwards like this and cut them level with the pad.
Oh,
if you cut them level with the pad, you're most likely to avoid the quick.
Yeah,
And so
and you
people
know,
can do this on their own
oh,
easily.
absolutely. I mean, it is so simple. Of course, those of us who have done it for so long believe that it is simple. And if you need some instruction like that, ask your veterinarian, and they will show us. Or for goodness sakes, if you're not going to do it, take that dog into your vet and let them do it for you.
Exactly.
Okay, what about teeth?
The number one cause of dogs over 5 of heart disease and bad health, I think, is bad teeth. If your dog's breath stinks, there's a problem.
There is a problem.
And so, yes, wow.
You know, and it's something that people there again don't consider, because you may think, oh, my dog has a bad breath, I'll get something and put in there, you know. So a good veterinarian will say your dog's breath doesn't smell well, which is another thing. How often should you take your dog in for an exam?
At least every 6 months.
Twice a year.
Right, twice a year for life is a really good thing to kind of just settle into. And those teeth, there's so many products out now that can make the dental care much easier. And you know, even in our general practice clinic, our holistic clinic, we did a root canal on a patient last week. And so there's the advancement of technology and the ease of doing these dentals. Plus, it's a whole lot cheaper to keep them going, to keep a low-level dentistry performed than it is to go in and pull 6 or 8 teeth, you know. So if you wait, you're going to be pulling teeth.
That's exactly right. And I think we cannot emphasize more than saying the bad teeth can actually create heart problems, kidney problems. You know, it goes on and on. So for goodness sakes, folks, take it to heart. If your dog's breath doesn't smell right, there is something very definitely wrong. And you've brought a couple products here that I am fascinated by. Tell me that.
Well, everybody knows about glucosamine, but Deer Velvet is one of the new things that can be used in the place of glucosamine that I think is better at getting older animals to respond.
How is it better?
Well, because it's harvested, renewable harvesting is done in New Zealand, and they actually breed for these large stags that can produce these horns that grow an inch a day.
Wow.
So what's causing a horn or an antler to grow an inch a day? We think it's stem cell activity. So now, here we go. Gets its stem cell activity, and you know, it's for humans and dogs, and I've had great benefit on it myself. And we get a lot of dogs respond to Deer Velvet. Now the Koreans use it for geriatric and respiratory infections. The Russians use it in their training programs. Oriental medicine uses
on humans.
Yeah, and
Yes.
Oriental medicine that uses it for fertility and all kinds of things. And I just find it works great.
Oh, it's fascinating. It really is. And I'm glad to hear that it has gone this far, that it does show that it works, because the stem cell issue is enormous.
It is.
It is enormous. Well, I thank you so much for coming by. It's always informative and educational when you do. So how can people get in touch with you? They want a really good vet.
Well, BradRoachDVM.com. And that's my website.
Okay.
We also have an office at the New Leash in Oklahoma City, and our main office is in Shawnee.
Yeah, so you're at ARC also?
Yes.
Marilyn, thank you so much for coming. As I say, we can't applaud your magazine more. It is absolutely super. And having said that, I'm going to pitch to my friend Ted McGuire and see what he has for us.
Oh, sorry, Pat. I love this magazine so much. OKC Pets magazine has so much in it, and of course, you can hear from our own Pat Becker in there too, A Time for Reflection. Why don't you come on over and tell me a little bit more about this?
Well, I have brought the editor of this magazine, the lady who owns this magazine, and this is Marilyn King.
Nice to meet you.
Yes, Ted
I love
is a big
reading
fan.
this.
Thank you so much. I appreciate that.
I like this edition especially. That little face is so adorable.
Oh yes, a nice little winter face.
It is.
In her cap, and
Yeah.
yes.
Well, we are so glad that you're here. Now, tell us what you have today.
All right, I'm going to tell you about these Kongs, okay? And this isn't like King Kong, okay? This is for your pets. Now, these are like a toy, kind of, but the dogs can eat out of them.
Exactly.
You have these treats right here, and it's kind of like a fun, interactive way for the pet to, you know, get in there.
Yeah, exactly. And you know, they're great. Like if you're going to be gone all day or something,
Right.
these will keep them busy. So what is this over here?
Now this is like a paste you put in here. You like easy cheese, you know, like for
okay.
crackers for dogs.
Yeah, that makes
so now you
sense.
got, you know, you put a little easy cheese on yours, and the dog little easy cheese in there. And you have different sizes too. That's what's great.
Oh yeah, that
Because
works
you don't
so
want to
well.
give this one to your Great Dane or Golden Retriever.
They might swallow it.
Yeah. So, and you don't want to give this to your Chihuahua. This is heavier than a
Chihuahua
Chihuahua.
could climb inside.
Right, exactly, a little igloo.
Yes.
But, and then we have treats here you can put in, as you can see right here. You can stick the treat in there, and that's hours of fun.
Oh, it is. I approve totally. That good choice, Ted, because these are, I've used them. Don't do that. You will keep that from getting to a nice little dog. And I'm going to give it to Marilyn to take home.
Oh, gosh. Well, thank you.
There you go.
Now I'm jealous.
There you go. I knew we'd have a use for that. So, yeah, I just think these are great, Ted. And as you say, all the different sizes, and it keeps the dog busy, like during wintertime when you can't get out, you know, and the dogs can't get out.
And a lot of people are worried about messes with bones and things like that. This is one of the easiest things to have.
Yeah.
Okay, you can put peanut butter in there. You can put anything in there.
Oh, yeah.
Well, not chocolate, but you know, anything that a dog can consume, and it's not a mess. Some people don't like the messy stuff.
Exactly. So what is this then?
Now this is a dog bowl, okay, but this is for the Overeaters Club. Okay, this is for dogs that, you know, attack that food, eat it too fast, and now we're sick. We're throwing up. We might,
Absolutely.
you know, indigestive
Absolutely.
problems.
Good point.
So it puts the food in different compartments. Okay, and this is good for me too, because sometimes I eat a little too fast, and my girlfriend puts in little compartments, and then you know, it's not as big of a problem.
I don't think it would be a big problem with you. Those are wonderful. So you told me earlier about you had something with dog tricks or something?
Yeah,
What is that?
I learned a no-trick trick. And what that is, it's the dog's not doing the trick, the human is. And some people really hate the dog licking. You know, the dogs come in and lick your hands and everything. But some people like the licking, a little kiss.
Sure.
And so what you can do is you just get down on one knee and do just give me a kiss right here on the cheek, and then the dog learns that command and gives you a little kiss on the cheek.
Yeah, puts its nose there, little cold nose.
Little
and then,
kiss.
Oh, that is so super, Ted.
Yeah.
That's wonderful.
So I've been kissing the dogs lately.
Yes, and I bet your dog loves that too. Well, these are absolutely fantastic. So, Marilyn, you think your dog is going to like this treat?
Oh, absolutely, sure.
So I can't remember what kind you have. You know?
A chocolate lab named Sam and a black mutt named Elmer.
There you go. Well, you may have to divide that between the two of them.
They'll enjoy it. They're foodies. So.
I can imagine that they will. Well, we
you.
appreciate you coming over from Tulsa and the
And
magazine.
your magazine, of course.
Oh, yes.
Well, thank you so much.
And the sponsorship. We really appreciate that. It helps us get our message out. You know, we have so many issues in this state and so little time.
That's so
So
true.
the sponsorship means a lot to us. Ted, thank you so much. High
Thank
five
you.
on the
All
great
right,
things.
yeah.
These are wonderful.
We're high-fiving.
You guys take care, and remember, take care of your dog. The dog loves you. That's what he has to give. You have the whole time in the world to give him back that love. And remember, if you happen to see one of us out someplace and we have a Dog Talk t-shirt on, or you recognize us, give us a call. We'll come over and you can talk with us about your dog, and come on to Be the Dog of the Week. We'll love it.
Dogs. We're talking about dogs. Talking about big dogs, Talking about little dogs, oh yeah. Chasing the ball, chasing the cat, digging hole, thing like that. Dogs. Talking about dogs. Laughing dogs, sad dogs, happy dogs, mad dogs. Dogs. Just talking about dogs. Lost and alone, running the street, checking the garbage, looking to eat. Out there sad and on their own, the law will get them if they got no home. Dogs, talk about dogs.